heard that you had, in sign language, you said to your family, "I'm sorry."
Yeah. Jeremy Renner getting emotional with Diane Sawyer, speaking just months after his 2023 near-fatal snowplow accident. Now, 2 years later, he's opening up more than ever in his new memoir out today called My Next Breath. And in the audiobook, we hear in his own words, harrowing and graphic details about that terrible day.
I know I died. In fact, I'm sure of it.
Jeremy reveals he had over 38 broken bones throughout his entire body and tells CBS Mornings that he did to stay alive during the first excruciating 45 minutes.
Zooming out, focusing on just breathing. So I wasn't going to breathe. Didn't matter that my eyeballs out of my head, that my legs were all twisted up like a pretzel. Doesn't matter. I'll worry about that later. You gotta breathe first.
I'm blinded by a coruscating lightning. The lightning that signals the break of my orbital bone, causing my left eye to violently burst out of my skull. In fact, I can see my left eye with my right eye.
After being airlifted to a Reno hospital, Jeremy didn't want his then 9-year-old daughter, Ava, to see him, knowing how bad his injuries were, though she remained his #1 motivation for survival. But it turns out Jeremy's always been a fighter as he reflects on his early years in Hollywood.
I only had $5 a month for food, but I knew that you can get 14 donut holes for $1, so I'd live on one a day. Also knew that you can get 2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's for 25 cents on Tuesdays, and a huge bag of almonds for next to nothing from Ralph's.
Why do you take these pictures?
Because I think you're a handsome guy.
When I got to lead in Dahmer in 2002, I was paid $50 a day to make that movie. We shot it in 13 days on a budget of $250,000 maybe. And Catherine Bigelow saw me play Jeffrey Dahmer and would eventually cast me in The Hurt Locker.
Welcome to Camp Victory. Oh, Camp Victory? I thought this was Camp Liberty.
It was The Hurt Locker that would change the trajectory of his career, but it also made an impact on him personally. After his accident, co-star Anthony Mackie flew to visit him in Reno. Other Hollywood friends came to see him once he was transferred to an LA hospital 6 days later, which happened to be his birthday.
My dear pals Sam Rockwell and Colin Farrell recorded a video message for me, singing me happy birthday. Jimmy Kimmel sent a video message too, which was hilarious. And other friends like Paul Rudd would come by to lie next to me in my Cedars hospital bed.
But most importantly, 12 days after almost losing his life, Jeremy was reunited with Ava.
She came running to me on the couch, and we fell into each other sobbing. She was clearly scared by what she saw, but we just spent the next few minutes hugging. Her showing up snapped me back into being a father.
It was just 4 months later that Jeremy was back for his fans too, walking out on Jimmy Kimmel.
I was once again overwhelmed by the reaction of people, so much so that I found myself doing a brief dance before I sat down. Looking out at the crowd, I sensed that what I'd been through was way more important than who I'd played in movies.
I was gonna allow some stupid snowplow to stop me.